I think debrief sometimes. So that's after the job. Tech calls in, talks to the dispatcher about the next job, basically, or about the job that they were just on. And sometimes in the world of technology, it's like, what do you mean you're calling after every job?
Most people would say that. Why don't you automate that?
What? Automate that. But what is the power of a debrief? What comes out of that?
Yeah, I mean, you really get the relationship with your technicians. Like, we don't want our technicians to be on an island. So do we want to be in here all day with each other, having each other for encouraging and picking up? Or do we want to all just shut our doors, be on Zoom, and have no human interaction?
Yeah. So a debrief might sound like, hey, Scott, how'd that job go?
Yeah,
I saw you converted it, man. You converted a water heater?
job.
Heck yeah, dude. Great job. What was it like? Oh, sweet. Cool. Do you sell them a home plan? Service agreement? No, mister. Oh, okay. You think I should follow up? Should I have CSR? Should I have the home plan specialist follow up on that? All right, great. I'll make a note of that. Great. Also, what about, how old was that water heater? Aged water heater?
In there.
Equipment? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's make that. And you're asking, there's a script. There's
Every single department has
you fill out.
It's probably 20 questions.
And then there's triggers that send to the managers
If you're not
based on those answers. So if a technician's answering them
poorly, it could hurt
poorly, their manager's
getting pinged.
going to get pinged and say, hey, this person's been struggling with this. Yeah, so a dispatcher is walking a fine line. They're not a manager, but they're a liaison between the manager and the technician.
Yep.
You don't want your dispatcher to come across as a manager. They're not like telling them like you have to do this, whatever. If it gets to that point, it's that has to go to manager. But they're guiding and directing and helping and supporting technicians in the field, and they're carrying out what the manager's vision is for that technician or that department.
Yeah. Right. So that's the big part there. The other things that you got going on here outside of the job priority matrix, tech priority matrix. Now you got the customer communication. So the software through ProBook does do a lot of update calling, but we still have to manually update customers with phone calls, reschedules. Maybe if we want to extra massage a customer that it could be a recall or warranty, whatever it may be. They're still communicating with the customers often. If a customer calls into our line, CSR, back to CSRs, they're immediately going to transfer them to dispatch.
Yeah.
The CSRs
it's like an already job going on.
Yeah. Anything that they're following up with a job, ETA, follow-up question, they really, really manage the board. We're probably at the limit with the ratio, so it's right around 15 managed techs per dispatcher right now. It's pretty much there. Yeah. We're probably going to be hiring another dispatcher soon.
Because of our size right now in HVAC, because we, still only 5 years in, we don't have the slick sales lead install coordinator. So that role is kind of different. When big companies talk about dispatchers, they don't really bucket their dispatchers with their slicks or even just the lead install coordinators. A slick sales lead install coordinator takes all the turnovers for like an HVAC department, or I guess you could do it with drains, and they are kind of dispatching those turnovers and making sure that sales process runs smoothly, managing that turnover process. So that's a thing right now that our dispatchers are doing. Yeah. They're carrying a big load, so that brings that ratio.
And we do assign a specific dispatcher per trade that has primary and then secondary.